Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Elspeth, and today I'm going to do a portrait of something that I haven't done in quite a long time. Alright, instead of playing the guessing game, I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to paint a Mustang today, and it has special significance for the person I'm painting it for. I'm painting it for my mechanic, whose name is Angel, and when I took my car into the shop to be repaired not so long ago, I heard a funny noise in the bottom of the floor, and I kind of put it off for a long time, and then I just had the psychic sense that, you know what, maybe today's the day, and I'm just going to take it in and just see what that funny noise is. Every time I hear a noise in my car, it sounds like at least $1,000, and this was no exception. Angel said to me, "I'm so glad that you brought your car in today because your front wheels were about to fall off. No big deal." So thankfully he fixed the control arms and everything that was wrong with it just in the nick of time. He said, "You were just a hair away from a terrible crash." But isn't that what they always say, right? But I trusted this guy, and he gave me some discounts and this and that. Anyway, he did a great job, and I was so thankful to him that he just had a beautiful manner about him. He didn't patronize me. He didn't make me feel too guilty, but he had this wonderful presence that let me know that he will now be my car guy. And I said, my dad lives far, far away in another country, and from now on, you're gonna be my car dad. I'm gonna come to you whenever there's a problem. And as a token of my thanks, I wanted to also give him a painting of his favorite car. I said, "What is your favorite car? Let me do a little painting so you can put it on the wall." And he said, "Well, actually, funny you ask. I have a very specific favorite car. It's a 1966 baby blue Mustang with a hard top." He said that was the first car my grandpa bought, and he was so proud of himself to buy that car. I'm not sure what the story was, but it was a huge accomplishment for him and for the family, and it was a great source of pride. And Angel, I think, is third generation mechanic, so surely it can't have been the first car he bought, but maybe it was the first American car. I know that they are from, anyway, I don't know the parts of that story, but I'm going to look into it. I'm going to paint this car and see if I come up with any messages from Angel's grandpa or just anything at all. I have no expectations, no ideas, and at the very least, we're going to come up with a pretty picture of a pretty car. All right, I'll see you on the page. All right, let's get started. Gonna open the core with a 1966 Ford Mustang. I'm gonna start out nice and light with this one. Just get the general outline. And right away, I just feel this beautiful feeling of freedom. I can hear the roar of the engine, turning the engine over. I get kids in school uniform. I get summer. And I'm just feeling like it's
just its maiden voyage, tearing down the main drag. And this guy, Angel's grandpa, don't know his name, but I see him in about 35 years old, and he's fit. He's got a young family, and this is a huge milestone for him. He feels like he's part of the pack. He can't wait to roll up to work with his new car. This feels like he's arrived, like financial stability, sense of achievement. And I see him in a button-down shirt with the sleeves rolled up, smoking a cigarette as he drives, flipping the channels over in the radio, and just feeling so grateful for his position in life. I can hear someone talking in the next room. Loudly. I see like a sandy hair, really sharp, like a shelf cut right across the top. You know, like as if it was one of those army haircuts. This is a 1966 model, but I'm seeing that he actually got this a couple years later. I'm going to say end of 67, 68. Just immense pride and joy. I'm even seeing like a little tear of joy. He's just feeling this relief. He's worked really hard. And although it wasn't actually the family choice for the car, he feels like he had to sort of convince his wife. And I mean, it's not a total motorhead muscle car, but it's not a practical family station wagon. This is what he's now going to work in, and he just feels so strong. He feels like a stud driving this thing. It feels like him. It just really fits him. I'm also seeing that he chose the color, the powder blue, sort of as a negotiation. I feel like he might have preferred like a really strong green or a, not red, but a really vibrant color to really stand out. That actually like a sparkly gold, but that would have just been a bit ornate. So this is sort of like a demure choice, so he can still take it to church. And this car carried on for many years. He kept it running. I want to say like a horse, but how do you keep it running like a horse? I don't know. Running like a fridge? That sounds like a bad joke. This was the beginning for this guy. The beginning of stability, family vacations. I see like an extension, I don't know, extension on a house, or just the garage became like, his life started to open up after this car. And I think that this car helped him to believe in himself and believe in his dreams. And at that time, materialism was like a new spirituality. That sounds gross, but at that time, it was freedom, it was love, it was strength, and it was family pride. This would have been around the time of the Vietnam War, and I'm seeing that this guy actually was a vet of World War II. So acquiring material objects was sort of like not just a status symbol, but like a medallion of hope and strength and being part of the American dream. And the Ford Mustang was symbolic of that sense of freedom and individuality. And even though he was a family guy and loved his mother and was respected in his community, this car represented his freedom, his masculinity. I sense that this guy had strong, soft hands, even though he worked with his hands and he was a mechanic. I feel that he really had a tender heart, a really big heart. I wouldn't be surprised if this is his birthday month, if he was a Leo, actually. You know, this is one of his simple pleasures. He felt so in tune with this car too. Hearing it purr, he felt like he knew this car so intimately. Like he tuned into it as if it was like his dog. I guess I can identify that. Like I know the different purrs that my cat makes, and it was the same. He just had this spiritual bond to this car. He owned many others after this, but this was so special. Just, it encompassed him sort of maturing as a man, but still very youthful and buoyant. And he was a brave guy. He'd seen some really nasty things. He'd experienced betrayal and loss. But in this car, he was safe. This was like a new world. And he instilled his kids with the same appreciation. Work hard and reap the rewards. The harder you work, the luckier you get. This was honest work. Really good guy. He was a teacher. He loved sharing his passion and enthusiasm. He just loved that he had strong skills to pass down to his kids and teach them how to be proud young men as well. He's so excited for his grandson, Angel, to have a picture of this car, because this really represents him and his spirit. And this will be his way of keeping an eye on the shop and keeping an eye on him. And every time Angel sees this, it's like he's giving him a wink. Like, you did all right. You did all right, son. You're doing a good job. Keep at it. This was my dream, and you can have your dream too. All your hard work is not in vain. It's not the same. It's not the same time. It's not the same things. It doesn't mean the same anymore. Getting a new car now doesn't mean the same. But I think cars are such an emblematic thing for this family. They've brought such good luck and such value and such pride to the family. And it's, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard for me to relate to, but I can see, I think that the way they feel about their cars and their first cars, I think anyone can relate to that sense of pride when you've invested a lot of your energy and your time and your passion and your strength and your learning into something that then serves you. It drives you around and it announces to everybody your arrival. It announces to everyone that you have what they have. You have something of high value, a real cultural currency. The cars had such personality then too, didn't they? Alright, we had a slight interruption there. In true Mercury retrograde fashion, the video cut out and I think I lost about 5 minutes, but that's okay. I'll continue. Now, where were we? I think I was talking about blah blah blah, cars have character. Well, I'm gonna continue here and maybe add a couple of different colors. Let's put some of the couple of details in here. Well, I think I was just about ready to wrap it up. And yeah, I think that, oh yeah, I was gonna say I should maybe do a reading on my car next. 2006 Honda. I don't think that would be quite as interesting. I don't think anyone would be. I don't think I would even really need to have that on the wall. But we could see what you know, so many stories would actually come up in the portrait of my car. Lots of baby vomit in the back seats, that's what will come up. I'm not seeing baby vomit in this car though. I'm seeing that, so this photo that I'm referencing is somebody else's car. I don't have a picture of the actual car that Angel's grandpa drove. That probably would impart a lot more information, but this is good enough. I just figure if I'm going to be painting it anyway, then I might as well get whatever I can. Without going back to check what I said in that past video, it's important enough that I want to say it again. When Angel makes eye contact with this painting, he's definitely going to feel his grandpa winking at him and saying, "On you, mate, you're doing a great job. Proud of you, son." That kind of stuff. And that will definitely serve the purpose. I love that. These cards were so connective with this family that in many ways it took the place of real communication. A drive together in a car would cover so much more ground, a drive together in the car, or even letting him borrow his grandpa's car, was the ultimate sign of approval and love and respect. But I'm not sure the angel really got that chance, to be honest. I think he kept this car under lock and key in the garage. It was his pony, his power pony, the Mustang. I bet he had a name for it. I just heard Chanel. Who knows? Maybe that was the pretty lady that worked in the office. No, that's not good. He was a good guy. He was a family guy. He had an appreciation for a beautiful woman in a tight-fitting skirt. That's what I can get when I'm painting the grill up here. But that he kept it under wraps. He kept himself in check. And it was a different time at that time. I mean, not great, but, men were really feeling their freedom. He'd served in the war. He was making a great living. He was working hard. He had a young family, and he was feeling so good about himself. So good about himself. Really feeling his strength. He had a lot to live for. And I'm not saying that he was wildly ambitious. He enjoyed the small pleasures in life. I mean, certainly the war had kicked the daylights out of so many young men. He'd seen horrors that he would have thought previously unimaginable. And this guy was proud to serve his country and proud to serve his family. And this is what he had to show for it. Roll up to work in this beast and feel like he had arrived wherever he went. He didn't have Google Maps back then, but if he did, it'd be like every time he parked, his car would say, "You have arrived." And looking back, this was probably a modest purchase compared to maybe some of the other cars he acquired later, but this was his first baby, and he felt so proud of himself. So proud. Alright, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to tighten up some of the details, and I'll post the result on my Instagram, which is the Painting Healer. And it's just amazing the things that you can get human stories from just by looking at a picture of a car. I mean, I wouldn't say that I've revealed anything surprising. I could look at this picture and say, yeah, that'll make sense. But it's still really gorgeous to really swim around in that energy and see a glimpse, a slice of life of what this person was feeling, and all the inspired good feelings from driving this car, working for this car, keeping it clean, all of the good times that happened during the time he owned this car. It was the beginning of his chapter as a young man with new responsibilities and a little bit of extra money to throw around for himself. Beautiful. All right, with that, I'm going to leave it here, let it dry, and I look forward to tightening up the details, and I look forward to tuning in with you next time. Thanks so much, sending lots of love and joy rides your way. Bye.